Hello everyone and welcome to another video with Cass to Maizuma channel. So today I have a really cool application to show you guys. It's a paint program, which means you can press any button in here and the corresponding pixel on screen will light up so we can draw on screen. Has been done multiple times, I know, but I think this design is really cool, so it deserves a little bit of your attention. Let's maybe start with the classics by doing a little smiley face. Well, everybody does that, why not? So as you can see, I can keep pressing the buttons, don't have to wait or anything. And the system is way less laggy than most. And you will see why when I show you the redstone. But yeah, I don't like the eyes so far apart. So we can either like thicken the eyes like this. Yeah, or we can get rid of the borders. Like when you press the buttons, you basically toggle what's on screen, so yeah, you can turn them on or off. And I included this button that clears the screen, which is not necessarily easy to do with the way I did this design in particular, but yeah, that's okay. So yeah, besides letting you draw things on screen, it also has a few presets. So let me show you all of them. So if you press this button, you can see a preset. So this one basically fills the entire screen. And as you can see, it's not laggy at all. I can keep jumping, and this is coming from a really limited computer. This is a laptop running. I'm running right now, and all the lamps are turned on, and I'm using shaders for the first part of this video, so I think this is doing pretty fine. Let's clear it. So yeah, for the presets for now, I want to demonstrate something really cool, but at first I need you to see me turn on and off all of the presets. Okay, so the second one is just a checkerboard pattern. Let's turn this off. I will speed up some parts of the video so you guys don't get bored, because you can just wait. This is going to be pretty cool. Third one, it's kind of 4 inverted boxes. Let's clear it. And remember that this is a toggle screen, so yeah, this will become important real soon. Fourth one, I believe it's an X shape. Yeah, X shape. As you can see, I can draw those symbols really quick on screen. I believe I don't even need to wait for the entire screen to erase before I press the next button. But this is something that you guys can test for yourselves when you download the map. Okay, which button do I press? This one? Maybe, possibly? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so the last two are this. I think it's a diamond shape. Yeah, this is the diamond. Alright, so. And the final one is going to be, let's try this. Yeah, a triangle. And by the way, you can draw even with the presets. You can press buttons in here. But I didn't make the system save the shapes or anything. I can do this now. I have the devices to do it, but I haven't done. I haven't included in this a way to save things. But I will show you how to do it. Maybe, possibly. Okay, let's clear the screen now, and then I can show you something really cool. And the cool thing is you can combine those symbols in here because, once again, this is a toggle screen. So let's try it with the diamond shape. So if we do the diamond shape, maybe you guys remember that the first preset was a full screen, right? All the lamps turned on. And it will basically toggle all the lamps now and invert this shape. If I click this button. So see? We now have the inverted diamond, and this is pretty cool. You can keep combining shapes, and some crazy stuff appears sometimes. See how cool it is, guys? I think this middle one is the X shape. I'm not sure. I don't remember everything. I made the system like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't know. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably seen some pictures of this already. Let's try the checkerboard pattern. I think it's number 2. Yeah. If we include all of those together. So we're basically merging different shapes, and this is happening. Let's try to add something asymmetrical like the triangle. This is really cool, huh? Wow, looks like someone in meditation position, but diagonally, you know. Let's try to invert everything again. And that's it, guys. This is really cool, huh? So look at this picture. It looks like some nonsense, or maybe like a clock. It looks like a clock to me. But it has a hidden message, and I can decode the hidden message if I know the password. In this case, the password is this button here. The order doesn't matter because it's all toggle, so it's superposition, followed by this button. Okay, you still can't see anything, right? It's an encoded message, guys. How cool it is. And then I think this one. Hopefully I didn't mess up anything. Ta-da! So here is our encoded message. So this is a 7 by 7 panel. Of course, we can make it bigger. This is not infinitely expandable or anything. You will see why. But you can make it, I think, up to 13 by 13. Actually, 13 high, but you can expand it infinitely in the horizontal direction. Yeah, but I think that's it for the presentation, guys. And I think it's time to show you the redstone. And here it is, boys and girls. Doesn't it look amazing? Yeah, everything you see here. Pretty cool, huh? Very compact for what it does. So let me show you what everything is around here. This is especially cool because some people asked me how to wire a 1 by 1 pixel panel because people thought that, well, it doesn't matter if you have a 1 by 1 pixel panel because wiring it's going to be very big anyway, so it's not compactness or anything. First of all, we're not looking for compactness when we're doing a 1 by 1 pixel panel. We want the resolution, but in any case, it is possible to make it very compact, as you can see in here. The wiring is just this. This is how you wire the 1 by 1 pixel panel. And in some designs that I've seen done in the past, people will do connections somewhere and create a clock, because as you can see in here, I alternate between powering the lamps using redstone blocks and clocks that I create when I connect those two observer blocks. I create a clock in here and the lamp stays on. So I alternate between those, and this is some reduces lag in some way. And what I've seen is people creating clocks somewhere like down there and then sending the clocked signal all the way up here, and then it causes a lot of lag because it's a lot of blocks trying to pulse at the same time. So yeah, this is a good design decision that I made in here. The busting system is really crazy. This thing, I think I need to go in spectator mode in here, but yeah, maybe you guys can see a little bit of this craziness. Yeah, but the busting system is really amazing because it has 2 inputs and 2 outputs. Alright, so the first input I connected to this keyboard, and the way the keyboard works is when you press a button, it will activate one of those rails, and you can see that I alternate between golden rails and activator rails so that they don't power each other. And then the observer will power this block down here, which is a dropper. Droppers can receive bud power. This is another way to show you how important quasi-connectivity is in this game. And yeah, it powers, like if I press this button in here, let me go in creative mode. So if I press this button in here, this will power this guy, and it will send a pulse down here, and the observer finally will power a piston in here. The piston will drag those blocks, or yeah, push those blocks, and then it will return quickly. Let me show you actually. If I press this button, yeah, sorry, my computer is a bit laggy. Yeah, you can see, maybe you can see this one in here better. So it's a really quick pulse. It goes back and forth real quick because the button will cause one update when it's pressed and another update when it's pressed again. And this is why we make this piston place the observer in here and then pull it back. Then the signal goes all the way through those rails in here and gets decoded on the other side for each layer. So yeah, this is why the height is limited to 13, because at some point we're not going to be able to push more than 12 blocks. But even when you reach the limit down there, there's a little trick that you can do in order to make it go up to 13, which would be a pretty big screen already. So what are all the other things in here? So yeah, this is the first input, just a keyboard connected to this bus, and then everything gets in here, and from here it is mapped to each pixel. The second input comes from this, and what this is a ROM memory, a read-only memory. So when I press one of the preset buttons, like this one for instance, so yeah, this one, so signal goes in here, and then activates one of those lines in there. And each slice of those contains a preset image that is sent real quick to the display. And the way I encode it is by choosing where I want observers to be and where I want solid blocks to be. And observers will of course send a pulse. Solid blocks will not send a pulse, but they allow me to place redstone dust or rails on top of it. So yeah, the signal gets propagated down here, and then the information is actually under the cyan blocks in there. So yeah, I can send information from the ROM. This could also be RAM, but I decided not to add it to this because I don't want to make things too complicated. But in the future, I will make a system where you can save the images and everything. I already have the resources to do that. And finally, here is a system where I can read the output of everything and also input something. So this yellow thing in here works as a buffer. The problem here is this is a toggle screen, right? So there is no way for me to send a signal in here that is not a one-tick pulse because of this busing that I did in here. Unless I make some sort of thing with maybe torch towers, but I was going for compactness on this one, so I didn't do that. So unless I find a way to send a longer pulse in here, like a 2-tick pulse for instance, because a 2-tick pulse would retract all of the pistons in here, and by retracting them the screen would clear. But since I don't have a way to do that with this design in particular, then I decided to do this. Every time I press a button, I record something to this buffer. Maybe you guys saw some pistons moving down there. The images are stored upside down, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think like those buttons on the top record to something down there. Let's see here. Yeah, can't really tell, but basically every time I press a button, the yellow circuit records what I do. And when I press this button in here, the black one, then all my input is sent back to the display. And since it's a toggle display, if you send back what it already has, it will clear the screen for you. Yeah, and yeah, it will also clear itself. So yeah, you can see it here. Sorry for the lag, guys. Like, my computer is not really that good. It's good, but not that good. But yeah, and if it wasn't clear why I'm doing this trick here with the pistons, it's because I need to map things inverted. Like, this button in here is not going to power this lamp, because you need to look at this floor in the same way as you look at the screen itself. So the top button should turn on the top pixel, and yeah, and the opposite is also true. And yeah, I think it's a quick system. It's a nice one. There is another really cool thing that I did using the same concept, but I am preparing another video to show you guys how this is going to work. There are also some little optimizations that I can do even with the system, but I will leave it to you guys. You guys can try to analyze the system and see how everything works in here. I think it's a pretty cool thing to play with. Maybe try to expand the screen. It's not really easy to do, but you can try. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little presentation. If you need the map download, let me know in the comments. I hope you liked the video. I hope you come back for more, and see you guys soon, hopefully. Goodbye.